Google just released the biggest game changer in the AI space, and I can't believe I'm about to say this, but this might be a Canva and Photoshop killer. And I'm saying this as someone who sold over $1 million in Canva template because it's so good. I played with it last night for just a couple of minutes. And today I wanted to go deeper and show you in real time my reaction, as well as all the different use cases that I can come up with that you would actually use it in your business, in your projects, in your marketing, in your personal fun projects, wherever you want. Think of this as episode 1 of AI Marketing Reacts. And why should you listen to me? Well, I've been in the marketing space for over a decade and served over 20,000 customers with our brand Viral Marketing Stars. I also have been using AI in my business since 2020, and I was one of the first people to play with Midjourney when it was an absolute mess of a Discord. And let me tell you, AI image generation and models have come so far. I think it was November of 2024 that I was really blown away for the first time by what AI image generation can do. And that's also around the time when we started playing with Flux Loris, which is how you train a model with your own images and then generate images of you, which later became the AI personal brand kit, helping others create hyper-realistic photos and videos of themselves. And for the AI enthusiasts that may be aware that Flux Context was the best editing tool in the market that allowed you to place a subject in any environment and change any details. But today, I think Gemini's 2.5 flash image takes the cake. So let's go over it together. First, I want to show you my mini experiment last night before I went to bed, which was to upload one image of me. And I wanted to experiment and see how easy and how consistent it is. And so I said, change my outfit to purple. And boom, it did it perfectly. Like if you click on it and take a look, this looks extremely realistic. Then I said, can you add the Chanel logo on my purple top? Thinking about UGC and advertising for different brands or also with your own logo. And then boom, it added the Chanel logo on the top. And I was like, this looks extremely real. Then I said, now, can you change the text, Katya.com to viralmarketingstars.com, both of which are our own websites, because I wanted to see how it does with text. AI generation with text can be tricky, but no, on the first attempt, it nailed it, viralmarketingstars.com, and amazing. Anyway, let's dive deeper and see what I really think. I'm going to be very honest, and I'm going to experiment this with you so you don't have to. So first, you want to go to Google AI Studio. I'm going to drop the link down below. And you want to select Gemini Native Image, Character Consistency, Image Generation with Gemini 2.5 Flash. Okay? Also, if you have Free Pick Premium Plus, you can also choose any image on there. And when you select Edit, you have the option to edit with Google Nano Banana, as well as the usual Flux Context, Max, Pro, etc. And on the Premium Plus, the generation and edits are unlimited. So the first experiment I'd like to run is, can you add accessories to an existing image and for them to look good? So I picked this AI generated image, which I created with the AI Personal Brand Kit workflow. It's really cute. And I just said, add a sparkly silver headband on my head and white gold diamond earrings. Let's see what it does. And this is going to take 10-15 seconds and we'll see what it does. Oh, wow. Look at that. So it changed my hair a little bit, but actually I don't mind it because it's still the same style hair, but it added the headband, which looks really good. And then it added those earrings. Amazing. Now, one thing about when you used to do this with Flux Context, it would change the quality of the image and it would be a little bit, grainier. So let's take a look. Is this grainier? So this was the original and this is the one now. So it's pretty good, actually. It's not a huge difference. So as you can see, the angle changed a little bit, which is fine. I think this is a really good test. So first test is a win. Now let's try something else. There's two things I don't like about this image, and what is that the Katya.com isn't fully visible, and I also don't like the green plants. Like I think I would have preferred like some pink flowers there instead. So let's see if we can add that. So let's try the plants first. Change the green plant to a plant with pink flowers. Let's see if that's going to do it. Okay, look at that. I like this. This is so much more on brand for me than than this. This is so plain. And next, we're going to try this with the domain. Next, I'm going to say, can you place Katya.com in the top right corner in a way that's fully visible? Because right now it's kind of hidden and it's hard to read. So let's see. Okay, that didn't work. I wonder if it's because the Katya.com logo was already in the top right corner. So what if we said remove the Katya.com completely? And then we can try and add it later. Let's have a look. And wow, yeah, this was an amazing job actually, because it's completely gone. Now notice how the quality of the image does decrease every time you make new edits. So ideally, you want to try to combine all edits into one, but right now we're experimenting, right? So that would be my lesson that I take away from this. So now I'm going to try to add Katya.com neon sign in the top right corner, and let's see if that will work. And yeah, that worked. And that looks much better. Again, the quality of the image is going down. So the lesson here is try to make this happen in less edits. So let's try that, shall we? Let's see. I'm going to try this exact image and then I'm going to get all the changes in one prompt and see if that works. So I'm going to say replace the green plant with pink flowers, remove the Katya.com and add a new Katya.com neon sign. Add a silver sparkly headband and diamond jewelry to the woman. Diamond jewelry, diamond earrings, actually. Okay. And let's run that and see what happens. Okay, so apart from the text, we did not change, which is fine. It added the flowers. This time I said flowers rather than a plant. It added my earrings and the headband. The headband looks a little bit, there's like a bump on it. But overall, I would say this is a successful test because it shows that if you can get all of your edits in one prompt, the better the quality of the output's going to be. Next, let's do an experiment with placing an object in my hand. So I'm going to use this AI-generated moisturizing cream, and I'm going to try to place it in my hands in this image. You can only see one hand visible, so I'm very curious to see if it's going to use this hand or this hand. So here's what I'm going to do. Place the cream in the woman's hands and let her show it to the camera like a UGC demonstration. Let's see. Okay, it actually chose the right hand. I mean, there is a little bit of a blooper there, as you can see, because now I have three hands. But let's say that hand wasn't there and it was a little bit... The cream is there, okay? It did not change the cream. The text on the cream is a little bit, might need a little bit of edit. So, again, it's not perfect. But remember... This is the worst AI is going to be, okay? That means give it a few months, a few years, and this will be perfection. Now I want to see what happens if I try to edit this prompt. So if I click on edit and I say place the cream in the woman's left, it'll be, would that be the left hand? Let's see, because it might be a mirror image. Left hand. I think I might have to say the right, because what I want to do is I want to place it in this hand, the woman's right hand, and let her show it to the camera like a UGC demonstration. So let's see if that will work. So I can select rerun this turn. So stop editing and then rerun this turn and let's see what it does. Oh my God, this is hilarious. That is not what... This is where the anti-AI community comes and goes, see, this is slop. And I get it. It's not perfect. It depends on the image. It depends on the prompt. Like I can try with a very different image and the same cream and get a completely different result. So here's what I did. I tried something simple. I went from, whatever I was doing to just said the woman is holding the cream. That's all I said. And there we go. This is so much better. Now this finger looks, it doesn't matter. Okay. This is splitting hairs. She's holding the cream in the exact hand I was hoping. So I guess maybe the key is that give less details. The woman is holding the cream. Next, I want to experiment if it can place a real dress on me instead. So it would replace my pink dress with this black Givenchy dress. So I'm going to say change the woman's pink dress to this black Givenchy dress and let's see if that works. Wow. Okay, let's take a look. So this was the dress. You see this gold button and this detail. Let's take a look. The button's there. This is there. Does it look very flattering on me? I'm not really sure. Like it almost feels like it applied a size bigger than what I could have worn. But did it nail the dress? Close? I think so. This one looks a little bit more. Yeah, this is pretty good. So if you'd like to place specific piece of clothing on your images, you can now do it. As I zoomed in, I noticed there's a little mess in the car. So maybe I can say, remove the pink mess in the car behind the woman. Just see if that would work. Because again, the way that I see myself using this is by editing some of the imperfections that AI does. Because unfortunately, when you generate an image from scratch with AI, it's not always going to be perfect. Sometimes it's going to hallucinate, make up some weird fingers. And the biggest win that I see here is actually the ability to edit my images to make sure that they look more realistic. And yeah, this is already much better. This was clutter and the clutter is now gone. Now, it does look a little funny, I will admit, but I'd say this is pretty good. But yeah, let me know. Is there anything else you want me to try? Any other model? Anything else with Nano Banana? I would love to hear in the comments. Let me know. And if you want to learn how to create realistic photos and videos of you in minutes with AI, then get the AI Personal Brand Kit.